What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Gaming. Welcome to episode 23 of Gaming at its Core. This is the third episode of season 2. I'm joined here today with the two best British people I know. It's Dan McCants, aka Mealcake Media.
We should include Blue in this, but hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Blue. And also Josh McKenna.
Yo.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, Blue. You're like my third favorite British man, but
that's even worse. Let's include him, but put him last.
Oh man, but I'm sorry. Anyways,
still gets bronze place, you know.
Blue couldn't make it to this episode once again. You know, I don't know what he's doing. I messaged him a few times, but I guess he doesn't want to show his face. But yeah, he's not here. So we're keeping it the 3-man podcast for this week. We decided, it was supposed to be Ryan, Dan, and Josh, but then Ryan couldn't make it, so you got me once again. I'm still here for every single Gaming at its Core episode. I'm keeping my streak.
The most consistent member.
23 straight episodes.
3 in a row.
The founder.
Justin is the first to get a hat trick.
Co-founder.
No, you are the founder. We don't mention the other guy. You are the founder.
Okay, alright. But yeah, once again, we're back with Gaming at its Core. We promise the consistent uploads every single week. Yeah, we're back, Josh. We're back.
What podcast is this again?
Oh, man.
God's sake.
Tons of jokes already in this episode, but we're back. Yeah, I said that twice already. Oh man,
this is a great start.
This start is so jokes this episode, but you know what? This is a good combination, the three of us.
Can we tell this one Gaming at its Core is back? Or tweet out, let's tweet out that.
Yeah. Last week we did our episode. We asked for feedback. We asked for topics, questions, the pick 2, kick 1, or whatever games for those. We got tons of lots of feedback, so that's good. We have a good amount of topics this week. It's not like we were just randomly grasping for topics like we were last week. This week we have a good amount of news topics and also the fan topics and stuff like that. So we're gonna start now. Like every week we start with what has everybody been playing. I kind of changed it up. I wanted to make it instead of just gaming, I guess you could also talk about some other things, like what have you been doing the past week, I guess. So Josh, you haven't been on or you weren't on last week, so I'll let you start. What have you been up to this past week?
So I guess the biggest thing between that point and then and now is the No Man's Sky update that came out. The next update.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I know. Look, I'm just. Oh yeah, I know Brandon. I don't know what he said about it. I know he was talking to me about. He felt that it's you kind of get into it and you don't feel like there's much to do afterwards. I played it for 35 hours in 2 weeks, and I don't know. I feel like I've hit a point where I want to go back, but at the same time I'm not as engaged as perhaps was, a week or two ago. I mean it's a good update. I don't think it's not. There's a few kind of, I suppose, quality of life things I think it needs to do, especially for the multiplayer, that I would like to see kind of worked on, hopefully in a quicker time frame, because they're smaller features, so I feel like it, shouldn't take too long, or not as long, at least for I mean, this place took a year to make, and they said they've been playtesting the multiplayer for the past 6 months, so I guess other than that, there was an event in Destiny that started basically the month before.
Oh my god.
Forsaken. I know I'm leading this up. I'm basically saving the best to last, so I get kind of end on a non-casual note. No, I'm not going to talk much about this, but the event's not bad. It's kind of cool. There's not much in it really, and that I guess I'll be sort of playing a bit this month. And other than that, I started Crash Bandicoot. See?
Hey, get it.
Hey, see what I told you?
He's actually played a non-casual game.
He needed to play Crash Bandicoot so he can have an opinion on the pick 2, kick 2.
My opinion hasn't changed. Just to. Well, that was my kind of drive. That's all. I'm only playing that amount of Crash Bandicoot. Never going back to it again. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, I suppose we'll talk more about this later.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I get a lot of Jack and Max.
How far are you? You're just playing Crash 1, right?
Crash 1, I'm on the second island. I've just got to that literally before we
I remember, recording. I think Crash 1 I struggled the most with. But
yeah, same.
After that, Crash 2 and 3 I was able to do easier.
I've kind of started getting used to it, but when you jump between platforms, there's a lot of kind of precise, you have to time it right, and you can't time it you can't like miss it by a bit because you basically screw up. There's actually a part right on the first level where the path splits off into two, and if you go to the right, you kind of get to the like white outline boxes that you can't run across. I didn't go down there, but I went around the left, and when that kind of both meets up again, I kept missing that jump because the camera is like kind of it's not right behind you.
It
so,
doesn't
like,
show you like the depth of it, right? So
and it's like because
that's kind of a problem I had.
it's kind of like on level with what you've kind of just been running at, but it doesn't fully catch up, so I kind of missed that jump a few times. That's probably that and I think it's the last level of the first island I've struggled with most. And I died like a couple of times on that first level, trying to do that bit.
Did you do that one where it goes like, imagine it's like 3 floors, and then you start off like you're on the left side, you go to the right, and then you kind of like go up a bit, and then you go left way, and then you go up.
I think that was the one I was just doing. Where, you have to like jump and spin and attack the.
I know.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the one that I struggled on. I died. I got my first game over in that one. And then redid it, and I got through pretty much most of it really easily. So, that's like something I have with like Bloodborne is that maybe I'll go into something and I'll struggle like quite a bit the first time, and then I'll go in and I'll just somehow one attempt I'll do everything right kind of thing. But yeah, I guess other than that's mainly what I've been playing.
Yeah. Any other interesting news that you have? Any other interesting things that happened in your life the past week or past 2 weeks ago?
You started watching Banshee.
No, not that one.
Oh,
not yet. I'll say a yeah on that one, but I say yeah on anything.
Exactly.
I don't know if I finished watching Bates Motel before we recorded that other episode. But I can't remember.
I think you talked about it. I remember you talked about it.
I think I probably did. But that's really good, and you should all go and watch that. And I rewatched Series 4 of Sherlock, and...
Oh my god.
And
why
I'll tell
are you
what,
rewatching Sherlock when you could watch Banshee?
Because I have to pay for that, and this was on Netflix.
I don't give a fuck.
Why don't you watch it online? Can't you find it on a streaming?
I mean,
thing
I could probably find it somewhere.
You probably
can. Oh
my god. My next thing that I was thinking about watching was Altered Carbon, which Dan had also recommended.
Alright, that's a good substitute, but still not Banshee.
Banshee.
But no, so I watched the first episode of Series 4, and I thought I was enjoying it more. Second episode, I probably enjoyed about as much. And the third episode, like...
Fuck that third episode. Fuck that third
I felt
episode.
like... Okay, so I felt like I was enjoying it more for the first 30 minutes, besides, like... And there's a lot of weird tonal differences between that episode and what's just come before it. Yeah, it can't work out whether it wants to be really dark or whether it wants to be really light. Then you get, like, 30 minutes in, and then they, like... I guess just over 30 minutes in, and like just over a third of the way in, and they suddenly pretend that Moriarty's back, and then he's not. And spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. No, not Colin Moriarty.
No.
Yeah, that would have been a twist.
Yeah.
They like teased Moriarty's return for like 2 series and a special, and then they say he's still not alive. And then there's some cool moments, I guess, between that point and the end, and then it hits the end, and you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I still don't like that episode much. That I feel like, because that's a problem in Doctor Who where Moffat can't end a two-parter.
No, he can't end anything in general. He can't end any like kind of storyline that even like continues throughout a series. That's why I hate Doctor Who. Stephen Moffat is a douche.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I've only seen more in two-parters. The kind of singular episodes of Doctor Who I really don't care for unless there's something interesting.
What? How dare you?
But no. Recently, I should say. And
Heaven Sent.
Oh, okay.
Heaven Sent.
Though Heaven Sent and Hellbent were two. Well, more so Heaven Sent, but like they weren't bad episodes. No, I'm not saying all of them.
Heaven Sent was great. Hellbent can fuck itself. How does a man write 2 episodes in a row? One that is like amazing, the other one is just a piece of shit. How?
It's because it's the two-part syndrome. He can't end it. He struggles to continue it. But okay, so you know how I was talking about someone yesterday. You know how in Series 4 of Sherlock, so episode 2 ends, and it's like this kind of cool twist, and I really like twist with Euros and being a sister and a brother. And it's like really dark. Like John gets shot, or so we think. And then the beginning of the next episode, it's cleared up that it was a trank gun. Euros disappears. and they're scaring Mycroft, which makes sense in the way that they want to get the right answer out of him, but it seems so like a big tonal shift from what we've just seen.
Yeah, it's just like you set up all that drama, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, don't worry, it was just a tranquilizer gun. Don't worry. It's just
they keep trying. I don't know whether it's that they just don't want to go too dark, or whether it's that they don't
I
want to
think
go.
that's what it is. I think they're just too scared to go dark, because it's like, why? Why would you change it around so much the very next episode?
Yeah. It seems weird, and it's not like, I think the first episode was written by Stephen Moffat, the second episode was Mark Gatiss, and then the third was both of them. So it's not as if it's like some completely different other writer that's kind of come in and continued it. It's like both of them kind of setting it up. And I think why I enjoyed the first two episodes more was, or more so the first one, is because there's a lot of hints that they hint at towards the third episode, and if you pay attention, you can kind of spot like the poster with Toby, what's his face, the actor who plays the villain in the second episode. There's a poster with him on in the first episode.
Toby something else.
It's really good actor. I think his villain's really good in episode 2, and the Dream Lord in Doc 2 as well.
Oh, Toby Jones.
Toby Jones, absolutely, yeah. No, he's really good. Especially in episode 2, because he kind of makes a villain that you kind of hate in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll shut up now. That's more or less what I've been playing or watching the past week. What about you two?
Dan, how about you?
I talked about this last time that I was near beating it, and I literally beat it after we recorded last episode, which was A Way Out. I was meant. I have recorded my review for it. It's just I need to actually get gameplay from my PS4 and put it in. But honestly, I was amazed by how much I actually enjoyed the game, because I didn't expect to enjoy it that much. Like, I just kind of thought as I went through it, it would just be a game where it's like, oh, it's co-op, so it's a bit of fun. But I liked the fact that it was like a game with a story that I actually cared about. I'm going to sound like either an absolute casual or a retard for saying this, but this is probably like the game that I've been the most invested in terms of like from a story and a narrative, probably since Uncharted 4, because it's like the only real game of that kind I've brought since then. Like, I would honestly say it like tops The Lost Legacy, because really that story didn't connect with me whatsoever that much. But it was like, I was just shocked by how good a story it was, and like especially that ending. It's like this man Justin just fucking teasing me in the whole stream, being like, "You have no idea." It's just like,
and the best part about that scene is that it catches you off guard.
Oh my god! And then when it happened, I was just blown away.
I'm like, you aren't ready for what's about to happen.
Oh god.
Because I played with Brandon when I first played through it. I played with another friend, and both me and my other friend that I played with have pretty much the same reaction. But that kind of it catches you so off guard, and like you just, I mean, I definitely didn't see it coming, and it's you think at first, I guess spoilers.
Spoilers for A Way Out.
Spoilers, yeah.
Spoilers for A Way Out.
Nathan Drake's in it, no. It is kind of like Uncharted, co-op Uncharted at some parts, but no, it's like when he like, he gets like the gem or whatever it is, the jewel, the police guy, and then you're like, oh crap, we've just been caught, and well, where's this gonna go? Are we gonna end up back in prison?
And Dan, I remember you thought the girl like sold you out or something, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You think, oh crap, she's done it, and then suddenly he gives the gun.
Yeah.
He gives the gun to. Is his name Winston?
Vincent.
Is it
Vincent?
Vincent.
How do you not remember his name? It's a casual gamer.
It's the character I played as well, and Declan played, I think.
Yeah. I played as Leo.
I played as Leo. Oh, that was like...
I played as Leo the second time round.
Oh my god, Dan! I was watching your stream, and I'm like, when you guys are fighting one-on-one, you and Declan, I'm like, Declan, shoot him, man! This guy's like aiming all over the place.
I know. It's like his aim is awful.
God, this guy can't aim.
That was the thing. Like when that happened, when it got to the bit where it was like Vincent having to shoot at me on the boat, I knew I'd get really far, because Declan can't shoot on PS4 at all. He's awful at it. Oh,
you know what though? When I was you know how you were winning the whole 1v1 fight, and then like Declan like punched your guy and he lost so much health?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, so it might actually be fair now, because like you guys were around the same health after that, but then you just hit Declan back and this guy went down to like no health.
Yeah. And then I fucking wrecked him in that fucking spamming my X button.
Yeah. God,
it was like I was mad though, because I was like, even with that ending, I never expected to actually care about the game's story, but it was like the ending actually. I'm not gonna lie, I got like I felt emotional at the ending because of the fact you'd spent all this time with these characters, getting to know these two characters.
Exactly. And you know what? For me, I played as Leo, and I was playing with Brandon. And but in my case, I got the other ending because Brandon killed me. So
oh my god.
We got the other ending, and I was just like, it's like you played with this character throughout this whole journey, and then it's like you see him die. It's like, holy shit, that was actually really emotional for me.
Yeah, god.
So
you have like an inner kind of battle, I think, with like how you've played as this. Like you would naturally, because like even throughout it when I was playing with Brandon, I was always like, yeah, Vincent's better. Like I'm better than you. Kind of like you have this kind of competitive, like underlying kind of competitiveness.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and you're like, shit, like I want to win because I don't want to lose, but at the same time, I think Vincent's a bit of a dick. So you kind of, I have this like, you know. And both endings are like really good, and I think the Vincent one,
they're both
if he survives,
they're both justified.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it's one of those. It's like I think if Leo dies, it's like more of a sad ending, because you kind of I think you would sympathize a little bit more with Leo because of the fact that he's kind of been screwed over by Vincent. Yeah. But at the same time, they did kind of get this.
At the same time, it's like Vincent's doing his job too, and he was just like he's trying to avenge his brother, so. I guess like both ways used.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I think it's probably the best game I've played this year. I mean, far better than Far Cry 5. Like, it's weird. I play a game that's fucking boring as Far Cry 5, then immediately
you go from generic to like, different
fucking
kind of thing.
Great game.
Yeah.
Like really enjoyed it.
And something that I love is those like sections of the game where the camera would say it's more the hospital escape, and the camera would kind of follow one player around, and it would go full screen, and then it would like say go out of a window and then go down the floor and then go through the window and then you're the other character, and it's like a film, like a playable film. And it's really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, it was just a different kind of game, but one that actually felt like investing to play, which is like, because usually when a game tries to do something like really different, it usually like comes off in the way that it's not fun to play. But like with A Way Out, I remember like every time I played the game, I didn't want to stop playing it, which I've not felt in a game since Uncharted 4. That was the last time I honestly felt like I didn't want to stop playing a game. But yeah, I mean, I played that. I really enjoyed that. I played a little bit of Titanfall 2 recently as well, just because I hadn't touched it in a while, and I thought, you know, just to give that a try. And that's been pretty much it for me in games. Like FIFA-wise, I've not even touched the game, to be honest. It's like I can't be bothered because no one's playing it. It's like I try and find a match, it's just like taking 5 minutes, so I can't be bothered. In terms of
that's just the EA servers.
It probably is, to be honest. Probably. But yeah, and then in terms of anything else, I went to watch Mission Impossible Fallout for the second time. I think it was on Sunday, before we recorded the last podcast. Really good film, just as watching it within like...
I'm watching it right after we finish recording.
Yeah.
So
it's really good. I don't know if it's better than Ghost Protocol. That's my favourite one, but it's like very close between those two.
Do you think you need to see Rogue Nation to understand it, or no?
I definitely recommend like watching it beforehand if you can, only because there are quite a few elements of Rogue Nation that also come into play in this film, and to be honest, it does kind of like...
That might be a problem for me. I haven't seen it, so...
You might struggle then.
I don't know.
There's also a few elements that like reference to the other films as well. Like there's references to the first one, the third one. Like
I've seen all of them except for Rogue Nation.
Yeah, you should watch Rogue Nation.
I was gonna watch it.
It's really good. Really good.
I just didn't have time.
Yeah, but then I've watched that, and then in terms of anything else, yesterday I watched an amazing film called Dread.
Or Dread, my bad.
Wasn't that the one that came out a few years ago?
It came out like 2012, has Carl Urban in the main role. I wanted to buy it for a while because some of my friends had told me it was like really, really like good action film, but every time I watched the trailer I hated it, so I was like, I don't really want to buy it, and then I just put it in and I was like, oh, it's got 3D in the title, it'll be shit. The film is fucking badass. It is one of the... Honestly, it might be one of the best action films I've seen, because literally, it's just 90 minutes of action. Like, it's just awesome. And, like, the slow-mo sequences are, like, ridiculous. But it's like they have the slow-mo in. And usually I hate slow-mo in any form of media, because it's just, like, used to extend the runtime. But here it actually makes sense within the story, which I won't spoil, but it's like... Man, it's so fucking awesome. It's like really, really good film. I've actually got it sitting next to me right here, so I'm just going to point it up to the camera. You guys won't see it, but this is it. It's amazing. needs a sequel, but it won't get one because it fucking bombed at the box office. But it was awesome. So I've watched that. I've tried to pester Declan to watch it because the main actor, I think Carl Urban, he's going to like a convention that I'm going to in December. So I'm trying to force him to watch it so we can go meet him in December. But that's pretty much all I've done this week. Like, I haven't watched any TV. I tried to watch, like, what was it, Luke Cage season 2. Got into episode 5 and I just fell asleep because I was tired. Not that the season's bad. I've just been really tired this week. That's why I've barely done anything. But that's me.
Alright, I guess I'll go. In terms of games, it's been around the same for me the past few weeks. Let's see, I played a bit more NHL.
Oh my god.
Gotta give it to NHL. Preparing for NHL.
Why is it the only week that I don't touch FIFA on like a stupid basis? You guys are playing NHL and fucking Destiny 2. Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I've reached the ultimate. We're like, this is like the casual, most casual.
You see, this is why you wait for buying all your big AAA games until July and August.
Man, I don't know. Like, yeah, NHL 19. I'm getting that.
Oh
so preparing for it right now. I've just been playing some NHL.
Oh my god.
This week I would say I've been playing quite a bit of Call of Duty, and it's just been like because I've had. I know. I'm sorry.
What is happening? Why am I the only one who's not playing casual games?
We're on the wrong podcast.
Hey, I'm not done yet. I'm not. Oh yeah, I should be on casual shit course.
Hey, there's the disc that Ryan was on about just an episode earlier.
Fuck casual discourse.
It's casual shit course. Get the name right.
Casual shit course. Alright.
Yeah, that's what I call it. It's just a joke. We're just firing shots at each other. Firing shots at our rival podcast.
You should go and check it out.
Let's see. So for Call of Duty, I've been playing both Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3.
Not the dissing part. Just me saying you should go check it out.
Just you trying to plug in.
Yeah. So like I've been playing both Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Black Ops 2 I had to play because my friend that only plays on PS3. I had to play with him on
Oh my god.
It's an excuse.
I played. I had a friend come over. And then like whenever he comes over, we play on my PS4. There's not that many like games we could play together, so we played Black Ops 3 together. We were doing the zombies.
Oh.
The zombies. We actually, I don't know. Like we had one of our best runs in zombies, so I don't know. It was decent, but other than that, I've been. No, it's okay. We're not getting into that again. Please no. Other than that, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption. I got back into that because I stopped playing for like a week. I got back into it. I played like a few more hours. I would say I'm probably like 6 to 7 hours in now. I would say around there. Definitely it's starting to pick up a bit, so I'm gonna like continue playing that over the next week. I want to beat it, so I can play a few more games this summer before I head off to university. That's all I've been playing, and other than that, I will say what I've been watching. I got kind of hooked to this show called Law and Order.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's this.
I've watched I watched the UK version, but I've never watched the US version.
Oh. I don't know. I started watching it every night. So I watched because like one night I just came up because I was watching it and I saw my parents watching it, so I just sat down and started watching with them. And I've been like watching it every day. It shows like 3 episodes at night, so I just watch it there. And yesterday on TV I watched Taken with Liam Neeson. I love that movie. It's classic. I've seen it probably like 100 times. I don't know. I'm not exaggerating. I've seen it so many times. So, yeah, that's me. That's what I've been doing for the past week. I guess we can move on. We got a submission for the Pick 2 Kick 1. This one is from Cleric Eric, a good supporter of ours. He gave us 3 games that are Super Mario Odyssey, Rayman Legends, and Cuphead. So we need to pick 2, kick 1. This is hard for me. This is hard for me because I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really played any of these games.
Oh my god!
How am I? How am I gonna play Super Mario Odyssey?
I played 2 of them.
I've played all of them.
Actually, I think I played all of them.
I played all of them.
Actually, I might have played.
What did you play it on?
Wasn't Rayman Legends on PS Vita?
Dan, where did you play Super
Rayman
Mario
Legends
Odyssey?
was on PS Plus, so I played it then.
I have it. I just haven't played
Cuphead I've already played on PC because it's amazing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and with Super Mario Odyssey, I've played it on a friend's Nintendo Switch. I've played quite a fair
sorry,
amount of it.
I'm a casual. I'm casual. Sorry,
So
I
I've played all of them, but if I had to be honest, I'm gonna go first because it's like easier for me. I'd probably pick Rayman Legends and Cuphead and kick Mario Odyssey, and that's probably because of the fact that I've played those two more, but also because they were very like they catered much more towards me. Like Rayman Legends, I think with just the design of it and the music levels, I really enjoy them. With Cuphead, the artistic design of it and the fact it's really challenging, I really like. I like games that challenge me. Whereas with Mario Odyssey, I mean, I admit it's a very, very good game. It's just not particularly my kind of game. I think I've kind of like outgrown Mario in a way, so I'd probably kick that one. I'll probably get.
You calling it a kid's game?
I'm gonna get death threats now, but
I would probably say the same, even though I haven't played any of them. Just from the visual, I guess the way way I see the games. Like, I guess I don't know, Mario Odyssey. I've seen like a lot of gameplay for it. It doesn't particularly appeal to me. And then like 2D, I guess, or like what would you call those? Side scroller?
Side scrollers.
Yeah.
All platformers. Yeah. Well.
Rayman Legends seems fun. Cuphead, I definitely want to try. I could play it on my PC if I bought it. So yeah, I guess that would be for me. Pick Rayman Legends and Cuphead. Kick Super Mario Odyssey.
I'll be the only different one here, and I'll say kick Rayman Legends and keep the other two.
Oh my god! Reasons. I need reasons. I need valid reasons.
So, I guess my reasons are pretty much exactly the same as yours, Dan. But just flip it for like, because you said you played more of the other two, and that's literally the same for me for Mario and Cuphead. I haven't played a lot of Cuphead. Well, I haven't played a lot of either of them really, but I've played much more of Mario and Cuphead. Cuphead, I feel like, is a bit of a no-brainer just because of its visual style. I just feel like that's... If you got to pick one of them, you got to pick Cuphead. Just because I think it is just a bit more unique.
Yeah,
than
if
the
you don't pick Cuphead, it's basically because you're shit at the game and you can't beat the first boss.
Yeah. No, you can't complete the tutorial. That's
just like that fucking
that's the real.
Oh god.
Yeah, I've barely played anything with Rayman. I think if it's the one on Vita, I played it on Vita. I think.
Wasn't that Rayman Origins?
It might have been, yeah. But if it's not Legends, then I haven't played Legends. But I played the one that's on Vita. I mean, it's not a bad game. I enjoyed it. Cuphead's it's very similar to Cuphead in the kind of design of the levels and everything. But yeah, no, I'd keep Mario. And Mario reminds me a bit of Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, that's that kind of just not as complex because everything's kind of like you got like one attack and then that attack and then two different things. So yeah, I'd probably say keep Mario and Cuphead.
Alright, that's nice. Damn. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna move on to a news topic. We actually have good, decent news topics this week compared to last week, because last week there was nothing.
Yeah.
This week, the PS4 reached 80 million units sold, and the Nintendo Switch is nearing 20 million units sold. So that's great to see, because PS3 only had 80, a bit more than 80 million.
Yeah.
And PS4s are already at 80 million, so I can see it hitting 100 million.
Yeah.
So
potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Does that sale also include PS4 Pro? So is it just
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
Because if it wasn't, that's still pretty good. Because I imagine PS4 Pro would have made a lot of sales as well.
That's good. Do we know how much Xbox is at? Are they even at 40?
I don't know, because they've really been really sketchy.
40, just the number 40, or 40 million?
Yeah, it's they've been really sketchy though, because they always use the word fucking shipped. They never say, this is how many.
They will never
weeks
say sold. They say shipped.
So I don't know. It's that they're really vague about it. I think the last time I remember them saying 30 million, but I can't remember them saying anything after that. I don't know.
30 million shipped. That's really little. Because shipped is, if you have 30 million shipped, then your sold number will be less than that, obviously. So.
I don't know.
But,
I'll have to check.
There's honestly not that much to say about it. We know the PS4 is dominating. There's and then the Nintendo Switch is rising up now. Xbox is falling behind, because isn't it every
Xbox
month
is going down.
Every month when we hear the what is it, NDP or NPD or whatever it's called, the sales that they they release for like every single month the consoles. It's always like PS4s, or like usually PS4s first, and then it's Switch, and then Xbox for the past few months at least.
Oh damn! I've literally just checked. The last time that Microsoft like announced that how many Xboxes ones they sold was January 2016 when they sold 19 million. At the time, Sony had sold 35.9 million PS4s.
19 million, did you say?
Yes, so 19 million. This was back in.
That's
January
the last time they
2016.
said. Is that actually the last time they said? They haven't said anything recent.
That's as far as I could see on here.
I mean,
so wait,
PS4
in 2 years, in 2.5 years, PS4 sold pretty much double that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So PS4 went from 35 to 80. That's actually a lot.
I want to say Xbox is about 30 or 40 million, at least.
I've literally just read an article.
But like,
I've read an article just as to why they're not announcing sales numbers for Xbox One. It's like we're just looking to look at engagement numbers, not sales numbers. It's basically just them accepting defeat.
I wonder why.
We accept defeat.
I mean, if you're Xbox, would you really want to be like, oh yeah, like, because Xbox is always like, it's like Nintendo's kind of like in their own race. They don't really like, they're not with the PS4, right? But it's like Xbox and PS4. They're kind of like people see them competing with one another. They're kind of like in the same league. I don't know. Would that really be like, if you want to announce to everyone, it's like, oh yeah, we're basically down 2-1, like for years. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
well, I think really they're just biding their time, honestly.
Yeah.
But like, I think next gen they could have a bit of a.
They gotta start like turning things around, because I don't know, like, I'm sure things are gonna, like, if they don't do anything, it's gonna carry over into the next generation for sure.
I don't know. I mean, it could do, but it's just like when you see those sales numbers for like the Switch nearing 20 million, and like I said then, like it took until like over 2 years just for the Xbox One to get to 90 million sales. So technically, the Switch is already selling faster than the Xbox One did. So
that's true. That's actually
it's
true.
Like it's weird.
Kind of bad.
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if the Switch like outsells the Xbox One by the time that the next generation of consoles comes out. It wouldn't surprise me.
That's interesting. When would Nintendo bring out a new console? Then it wouldn't be at the same. It would be because Nintendo.
No, they always do it this different time, don't they? They always like to do it. So I don't know, but it's just like.
Well, they're like midway across the gen.
Yeah.
In the way, like they've kind of, and I kind of like that in a way. That it's like, because I don't know if I'll be able to get PS5 at launch, for instance, but I know that the Switch will be not necessarily completely up to date, but it's like still got its own kind of game set that's kind of going across, hopefully for a few years, and then they'll release something else. Hopefully. Maybe they'll just do a Switch 2.
I don't know.
That's just a.
I feel like if you did something like that, a lot of people would not buy it. If you call it
Switch 2.
People would be like, nah, I'm good with my Switch.
NS2. You can see that as like PS2, just with an N instead of a P.
I guess I don't know.
I'm
Do you guys
just
have anything else to add about that, or like? Once again, I mean, I guess there's not that much to say about the PS4 reaching 80 million units. I guess they just keep it up, the exclusives they have.
Yeah, I mean, it's just PS4 is just better than Xbox One.
Facts.
Next.
What are your three? This is a fan question. What are your three favorite gaming genres? This one is from Fog.
Ooh.
3 favorite gaming genres. Josh, can you name at the top of your head or no?
We can, cause like I guess we're counting all types of genres, including subgenres, because like,
yeah.
Shooter is a subgenre of action, so I'm just, if we're counting all them, then I'd say action adventure.
Yeah,
shooter.
That's one of mine. Action adventure.
Yeah, same. Action adventures.
I mean that's pretty standard.
Yep, there we go. Action adventure, shooter, RPG, and shooter being first and third person. As my answers.
Shooter. Okay,
easy.
So, I would say wait. So shooter is part of what? Did you say shooter's part of?
It's first and third person.
And technically,
so
it's part of action.
Adventure?
But if we're counting, like, if we're not counting subgenres, then I've kind of got to think a bit more. But
I mean, I would just say action adventure. I guess I would say shooter as well. I wouldn't. I don't know, because for me, I'm not the biggest fan of RPGs, so I wouldn't include that. But What other ones are there? Like, I need to see a list of...
Platformer, horror.
Oh, platformer, true. I guess...
Horror, MMO.
I think when I say RPG, I don't know. Like, there's some RPGs that I really like, and there's some RPGs that I'm not a huge fan of. So it could be like games with RPG elements in, which doesn't really classify as an RPG. But then
Fog's definitely looking for those JRPGs.
JRPGs, yeah.
He's definitely waiting for us to say one of those.
Fuck those JRPGs.
Fuck that. I'm sorry. No, not for me.
They said it, Fog, not me. I'm saying.
Or like those turn-based RPGs or something. Let's see. I guess.
This man can't make up his mind.
I would say platform. I guess third one platformer maybe. Platformers. Those are cool. They're always like they're fun to play. You know, if you just want to like have some fun, don't necessarily need to focus on like a story or something. Like if you're playing something like Crash, or would Ratchet and Clank count as a platformer?
Platformer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. I love Ratchet. So. That's a great game. So yeah, those would be my three.
Yeah.
There is a part that I'd substitute RPG in for platformers as well, but it's like I think it's difficult to like narrow entirely down because like RPG I could classify as like some games will have RPG elements. You know, like Ratchet and Clank technically has RPG elements. I mean, like I said, practically every game does anyway. Like, so
mine would probably be say action adventure. Just because, you know, a lot of the games that I really like are in that kind of category of genre. And then shooter as well, I'd say. And then for the third one, same as you guys, I like struggle with the third one. Because it's like, there's quite a few that I'm juggling between. But when I think back at like some of my favourite games that I've played, I'd probably have to say horror. Because I do like those kinds of games. Because it's like, I'm a bit of a horror fan in terms of like general, overall like media. But like with games, but with games I really like it because I like the fact that, especially now like stuff like VR and stuff like that, you feel so involved in it and the amount of immersion they're able to give you. And also I think like some of my favourite games of all time are horror, like Silent Hills 2, I absolutely adore. It's like the best horror game ever made. Like those kind of games, the kind of like, I guess I could more say like psychological horror because it like kind of gets into your head, those kinds of games. But I'd probably say that as my third one, just because I think there are some games that really use it really well.
Have you played Dead Space 2?
Yes, I've played Dead Space 2.
Have you played Resi 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Because I was going to say, they're like two of my favourite kind of horror games. I mean, Dead Space 2 is good, more of a...
But Dead Space 1 is like the shit. Play that at night.
I have Dead Space 1, but I got it after I've played Dead Space 2 and 3, so I haven't actually played it. Yeah, but I've heard...
I've played both of them. And I didn't like fucking cry all the way through Resi 7 like Robin will when he plays it. That man's gonna cry hard when he plays that. He's not gonna survive the first half of the game.
I think it's Resi 7's like it's so creepy, but like once you get to the, I think as soon as the game's like allows you to go out of the house, it then just feels like you have a little bit. You feel less kind of, but then it does.
And then when it gets to the end of the game, it literally just loses all the horror elements, and it's just like, I don't know. That like disappointed me. Because it's like you built up all this horror and then all of a sudden it feels like the game at the last minute it just like completely changes what like genre it wants to be.
I was gonna say it did go quite action heavy towards the end.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had PT as the full game, maybe we'd have got some of them.
PT man, PT was like another level. That was ridiculous. I remember that came out and I made the stupid decision to play that at night and it's just like.
So I've never played it, but I've seen like.
It's like I just remember being like just like mentally damaged after I played that because it was so weird and surreal. Like it makes me so upset we'll never get that. Because like if there was a full game of that, I probably wouldn't have survived. God's sake! I bet this man Justin was like quivering in a corner when he was playing that game.
Which game?
PT. Don't say you never played it. Don't say you never played it.
Well,
say it.
I'm sorry, I haven't played it.
Oh my god!
Dude, okay, wait. You gotta tell me, when did this come out? Because I don't...
PT!
Yeah, when did it come out?
Technically never came out.
No, I know, but I mean like the demo.
It came out like 2014, 2015.
Okay, so that's exactly why I didn't play it. I got my PS4 at the end of 2014.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I know, like, people always do praise it when they talk about that.
It's
and
amazing.
they're like,
It's
oh yeah,
amazing.
if it became a full game, it would have been amazing.
It's amazing. I still have it on my PS4.
I watched the I watched the fucking thing on YouTube
I still have it on my PS4. Like, I changed my hard drive and had to do it in a really specific way because I didn't want to lose my copy of PT. Because it's like if I fucking
so if
lose
you
it, I can't get it back.
so if you lost it, then you wouldn't be able to play it ever again.
Yeah. I
have it in my library. I just can't download it because of that reason.
Oh, it sucks.
Because it's not there anymore.
It's weird. I don't understand why they did that. That's just stupid.
They should have at least left it on the store.
Yeah. Fucking Konami. Cunts.
Fuck Konami.
Demonetize that stream. Fuck Konami.
Fuck Konami. Fuck your retarded press conferences.
Oh my god.
No, this has been a roasting episode. Like, kind of shots fired up.
Oh man. But yeah, thanks for the question, Fog. Those are our 3 favorite gaming genres. Next up, we got some gaming news. This is they recently announced the PS Plus games for August 2018. We only care about the PS4 games, right? Like, who still plays the PS3 games?
Yeah, no one does.
So the games they announced were Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight. These are 2, I guess. I mean, every week, like, you can tell when people like the games or not. You just go to the YouTube video and look at the like to dislike ratio. It's like some months, it's like freaking almost even, because it's like some people get so pissed off. It's like when they get indie games only. So, even if it's a bad AAA game, people like it. And I know Mafia 3 is kind of mixed. I know it's really repetitive. I
have such mixed feelings towards Mafia 3.
I hate this because Mafia 2 is one of my favorite games. I've said this many times.
I really
love
like
Mafia 2. It's
so
one of my favorite games. So, I love the story. I love the characters. It was super fun to play Mafia 2. And I was gonna get Mafia 3 when it came out, and as soon as all the bad reception came out, I was like, I don't know if I still want to get this now. So
I'm gonna guess like you were put off as well when they said like we're not releasing the reviews until the release date, because like I know a lot of my friends like didn't play it when they said that because they were like, oh, clearly this game's gonna be shit.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't know. It's like, and they didn't send out the review copies, so it's like you already knew something was gonna happen there, and then you see like all the videos of the glitches and everything. There were crazy glitches.
Yeah, there were so many.
It was just like super unfinished.
I played that game the first week, and it was like you couldn't go like more than 20 minutes of playing the game without encountering a glitch of sorts. Like, it was honestly funny, but I have such like mixed feeling towards it because the story I think is really good, and the first like 2 hours of the game.
That's what
honestly,
everyone says.
The first 2 hours is what the rest of the game should have been.
Yeah.
But then it's like they fucking inject some typical bullshit Ubisoft open world game into it, and then it just becomes that for the rest of the game. Like, I don't know.
Was Mafia 2 open world?
But Mafia 2, the open world, there was really nothing to do in it.
There was it was very like just there.
It's just like it's just there so you can explore, but like the only thing to do in the actual game are the main missions. So. So what were like the first 2 hours like Mafia 2, I guess you could say? Yeah,
they were very story driven, like just like
sucks.
so focused on the story, and it was like, oh,
I love Mafia 2.
It's just like, oh, I'm loving this. This is like what I wanted from a sequel to Mafia 2, and it's just
like Phantom Pain.
Yeah, I guess so. Just like Phantom Pain. But the problem was that like at least with Phantom Pain, there were at least some missions in the game story wise that I thought were really effective, like the mission at the mother base where you kill all your own soldiers, and like all that kind of stuff. Like, they had individual missions at least that were interesting. Like, sure, the the story as a whole was bad, but it's like you had some like standout moments. But with Mafia 3, it's like literally after you get past those first 2 hours, there is like nothing. There's no story missions that I actually cared about. Like, it just went away. All that like good writing and setup, it's just gone as soon as you go past the 2 hour mark.
It's kind of off topic, but did you play Peace Walker?
Yeah, I played Peace Walker.
Because and like I think in that you had like the missions where you have like main ops, which are like the fully storage driven ones. Then you have like the side ops, which are like kind of small ones. I think you had extra ops, which were kind of just like kind of like completely irrelevant miscellaneous side missions kind of thing.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like what happened with Phantom Pain was that the side ops became main ops. Oh, sorry, no, the extra ops became side ops,
Yeah.
and then the side ops became main ops, bar like the kind of story-driven ones, because some of them were just like, go in, take out this guy, and then suddenly mission complete, and it doesn't feel like that has any impact whatsoever on any of the story.
Yeah, it's just like they did that and then just thought, let's just take away all those cutscenes and all that story that we should have had in the game, but no. God,
Cut content.
Yeah, fucking hell. Phantom Pain was such a disappointment.
I really want to know like the full scope of that
I do
game.
as well. I want it's like that and like the Amy Hennig Naughty Dog game, like Uncharted game, was like the two cancelled projects that I wanted to know about the most. And it's like obviously we found out what Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4 would have been. I still want to see what like Kojima's like original vision for the Phantom Pain was, like this whole third chapter, which I think exists. There's definitely a third chapter of the Phantom Pain.
Well, something that I know this seems kind of very irrelevant, but like the game starts off with prologue, awakening, then it goes chapter 1, chapter 2, and that's it.
Yeah, because there should be 3 chapters. Like,
well, even so, but then there's no epilogue. Like, why would you have a prologue if you don't have an epilogue? It kind of feels like that's the sign that one of the things I saw.
Yeah, that was the immediate sign to me when I saw that. There was like, clearly this game was rushed. I mean, the fact that there's like an unfinished side mission that they put on a DVD. Yeah, this game's rushed. This game was rushed.
Well, there's a lot of plot threads that kind of come up as well that kind of don't make any sense. And like, Quiet is as a character, is an example of a character where like you can either like take her with you or kill her, and that can affect, and that's the only character that can happen with. And I feel like that feels a bit like, why would you only have one character? I feel like that's a mechanic you'd want to use at least multiple times.
Multiple characters? Yeah. That's weird. I don't know what they did with that game. It was weird. See, this is the thing. We've gone so off topic because no one actually cares about these 2 games that are in PS Plus this month. So we're just talking about the Phantom Pain instead.
Yeah.
I read up on Dead by Daylight, and it actually sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I might give that a go.
That's the one I'm the most interested in, because Mafia 3 I have no intention of re-downloading, to be honest. Like I may do it if I'm really desperate, but at the moment in time I'd rather play Dead by Daylight because I haven't played it and it probably won't be as repetitive.
And it's not a battle royale game.
Yeah.
So. not that I'm not saying Mafia 3 is, obviously. I'm just saying. There's many multiplayer games that are battle royale games.
Have you guys actually like consistently played the PS Plus games? Because
I play them quite often, to be honest. Like the only like big one that I haven't played that's come out like recently is, I think, Beyond Two Souls, because I did download it, but it's because I really didn't enjoy it on the PS3. I've got like no real rush to want to play it now. Like that's the only big one I haven't played. But like all the others, like Heavy Rain, Rayman Legends, and all those are the ones I've played. I've played most of them.
I see.
Because there's been a lot of PS Plus games that I've seen that I want to play, like Heavy Rain is an example of one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad both Heavy Rain and Beyond came to PS Plus. Not that now Heavy Rain's there, I'm kind of like less interested in Beyond, but
yeah, don't bother playing Beyond. Honestly, it's not worth it. Apart from the voice acted by Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, the rest of that game is just worse than Heavy Rain in every single way.
So I think I played the demo on PS3 and I thought it was alright, but it wasn't
fam,
like.
Fam.
But in terms of the scope that I've heard from Heavy Rain, and especially Detroit looks crazy for some of the. I do want to play Detroit actually.
I still want to play. I just haven't brought it.
I've played the demo and I really enjoyed the detective kind of esque part of Connor's story. And then when I've watched kind of different parts of the game, like on streams and stuff, it's really kind of interesting to see the scope of where like this decision can mean that this entire level doesn't happen, or this kind of, and I'm like, now that's the scale that I wanted, or that I thought this game kind of could do.
Yeah.
Whether it's any good within that is,
Different
obviously
question,
if I play it, yeah. But I have wanted a kind of detective game for a while, which there are. There's Sherlock Holmes games on PS4. I think one of them was free on PS Plus.
Sherlock Holmes games, Jesus. This is how low we've fallen, people.
I've
written by
like,
Stephen
like
Moffat and Mark Gatiss.
Oh no, then they won't play it. Then I just ignore it. Then, or I'd watch a YouTube video on it.
Oh god. Alright.
So,
but that's my opinions on him.
I have no opinions on them, so yeah.
Alright, we have another pick too. This one's, we got 4 like 4 games. So we're gonna pick 2, kick 2.
I've just seen
and we kind of already talked about this. We kind of already talked about this ourselves, but I guess you guys haven't heard our opinions. So this one is submitted by Superman699, who is also someone that's really that's like in our Discord quite often, and he watches all our videos. So the games he submitted are Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter. So we have to pick 2, kick 2. I'm pretty sure, Dan, didn't we have the same one? I swear I'm pretty sure we did when we talked about this. I think we did.
I think Crash was in there, maybe. Or was it? Well,
anyways, you give yours. You give yours.
I think Crash maybe was. Alright, I can do mine. I've only just seen this, so I'm having to try and think back to like all the other ones I've played. The only one that I've like got no experience with is Spyro. I haven't played any of the Spyro games because, like, it's weird because on the PS2 I played almost everything apart from most of the platformers. God.
I've got my answer if you want me to.
I'll go first then. I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about this.
So I played all of them. Well, I mean, I haven't played Spyro, and Jak and Daxter I've played a bit of, but I think I can still formulate a decent opinion with this.
Bit of the first game.
Yeah, well,
I played second or third.
Well, I'm sorry, it was so
or
bad
X.
that it made me stop playing.
They can honestly 2 and 3 are
shots
completely
fired.
different. Really, well, not completely different, but.
So I would keep Crash because I played the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, and I thought those were quite fun to play. So I would keep Crash, pick Crash. Ratchet and Clank, I played their most recent one. I played some of the PS3 ones back in the days. So I love Ratchet and Clank. It's super fun. I would pick Ratchet and Clank, and I would kick Jak and Daxter and Spyro.
Blue hates you. Blue hates you.
I'm sorry, Blue.
Fuck Blue.
Blue's gonna hate me, I think, more.
Fuck
Who's Blue?
Fuck Blue. Fuck Mr. Controversial.
He's Mr. Flip Flop. Get his name right.
Mr. Flip Flop.
No, I thought it was Brandon.
Flip Flop. Nah.
What? No,
Brandon's flip.
It was Blue. It was like
they're the pair.
Uncharted is
flip-flops.
awesome. Man.
Uncharted
like,
is awesome. Fucking Uncharted. It's got so many flaws.
So many flaws. It's just
So I think we can all agree that Uncharted 4 has quite a few flaws.
straight. It's just straight corridors, running gun corridors.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the end of our little blue roast.
Josh, how about you? Josh is gonna keep.
I'd kick Crash and Spyro. Done.
Crash and
really?
Spyro.
Oh,
Okay, so to be fair, I want to replay all the Jak and Daxter games because I played the first one a while back. It was like a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I played it for the second time. I beat them all on PS2, but I just feel, like Crash I've never properly played besides the PS2 one, which was Wrath of Cortex, which I don't think that was made by Naughty Dog. I think it was it Traveller's Tales that made that one, or am I completely? Yeah. So I haven't properly played the sort of the newer Crash, not the Crashes, but the PS1 kind of original Naughty Dog ones. But until today, I suppose, I played done the complete first island on Crash 1, but I think really it'd be difficult for me to kind of start fully saying like definitely kick. I haven't played Spyro, so that's an automatic kick as of this point. But in terms of the others, yeah, I think Ratchet and Clank is like a automatic kind of go-to. I think if Crash is good enough, that I like it a lot, like Jak and Daxter would probably be the one I'd substitute for Crash. But I do want to play through the Jak and Daxter games again because they are both Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank are like 2 of my favorite series from PS2. That's just that's like my childhood basically. I played those games a lot, a hell of a lot. I think I even went after like the 100% in Jak 3. I don't know if I ever got it or not, but yeah, no, that's why I would. I just think they're all great games, and as I said, I need to really replay the new Jaks. I keep saying new Jaks, but because they're on PS4. Yeah, so I'd keep Jak and Ratchet.
All right, thanks for the games from Superman.
I didn't say
yeah,
mine.
you forgot about.
You knew.
Oh, you didn't.
You are a
sorry.
noob. How much sleep have you had,
sorry.
man? You knew. Oh my
Probably
god.
Probably none.
Sleeping through
Alright.
this podcast.
Sorry, I don't sleep. Just yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. Mine would be alright. I have to automatically kick Spyro because I haven't played it. So if Blue Danger has a problem,
we're now all hated by Blue.
If Blue Danger has a problem with that, he can simply look at my camera and see what I'm holding up. That represents how many fucks I give. And so then it kind of comes between Crash, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter. I'd probably keep Crash because it's the one I've played the most. And then the only problem is with Jak and Daxter, I've played all of them, but I don't love them as much as other people. But then that being said, the only Ratchet and Clank game I've played is Into the Nexus on the PS3.
That's the only Ratchet game you played?
Yeah, that's the only one I've played. I think it was because someone brought it me for like a Christmas present, so I just played it, and it was good, but I don't know if I could say that like I preferred it more to the Jak and Daxter games. I don't know, because like I'm surprised at this point that I still haven't played the PS4 game, because I've got it on my PS4 like digitally, but I just haven't touched it at all. I don't know. I probably have to say it's Crash and Jak and Daxter. So yeah, I probably have to say that. I'm probably gonna look like a really big Naughty Dog fanboy, but oh well.
Damn. All right. Okay, so we were gonna talk about GTA 4 versus GTA 5, and this was a topic sent in by Declan McKinney.
How can you reject Josh's brother's question? You are.
I know.
No, I'm sorry. I need to go in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
well, we'll round it quickly. GTA 5 is better than GTA 4. Bam.
Okay, if you want to do it like that.
Alright then.
I haven't played GTA 4, so I picked GTA 5. So
actually, I want to know, Declan, if you're watching or listening, which one do you prefer?
He prefers GTA 5. I already know.
Good.
I
Good.
prefer GTA 4.
Ooh.
The combat sucks.
Ooh, you're gonna get roast
What?
from Ryan.
I don't care. I really
Anyway,
don't care.
yeah, that's the short story. I mean, sorry, I gotta go, but
Oh my.
GTA.
God.
I picked GTA 5. So we'll finish off with the final topic right now. This is just a news topic regarding Spider-Man going gold. I'm pretty sure this is a game we're all looking forward to quite a bit. So the game's coming out in just 1 month. It's gone gold. I think that's just great news because from what I've been hearing, all these previews and everything online, everyone's saying it's great. Like they played the first few hours and they said it's like amazing. So yeah, I mean it's one of my most anticipated games. Obviously, it's probably my most anticipated game for the rest of the year. I don't know, just only because I haven't beat Red Dead yet. I mean, we'll see after I beat Red Dead Redemption if my opinion changes. But right now, I'd say Spider-Man is my most anticipated game. Yeah, so do you guys have any thoughts on the news or?
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I mean, when does that come out again? Is it like
September 7th?
Oh god, that's 3 days before my birthday. That's good. I'm happy with that now. I didn't even.
You get it for your birthday.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that close. Damn, I'm even more excited for it now.
Mhm.
Hype level's gone up.
Oh yeah, I might actually get the game day one.
Yeah.
Might actually play it before.
Who do you play as in this game?
Is it
Spider-Man?
Do you play Gwen Stacy?
I'm so
Mary
hyped
Jane?
for this game now.
Mary Jane.
You could tell
man.
someone that. You could say you play as Mary Jane, and they'd probably get mad, and
You play
then you'd be like,
Spider-Gwen.
"Hey, you still play as Spider-Man, you know,
Play
but-
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen."
Alright, that was the news about Spider-Man PS4 going gold. Hope you enjoyed that.
In case you missed it, like 4 or 5 days ago. From
Yeah,
when
it was
this goes up.
quite a while ago. It was
Or
a few days
a
ago.
week. Yeah, I think it came out Monday actually.
I almost
That's
forgot
the
to
next,
include it, to be honest, because it was a few
my
days ago.
God.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. How long have we been recording? It's been like an hour, I think. Yeah, it's 59 minutes. So, with that being said, those were all the topics that we had for this week's episode of Gaming at its Core. We hope you enjoyed the 3rd episode of season 2. We're obviously gonna keep it up with the weekly consistent uploads. Next week will probably be Blue, Ryan, and Brandon or something like that. But yeah,
If they all show up.
we're like the cooler trio. Our trio's better.
Aww.
Yeah, we're the better trio.
Aw.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
But are we
make
Team
sure
B
to,
now?
of course.
Are we set up
Sorry?
our Rocket League teams like this?
Oh, that'd be
Is
quite
this it?
interesting. I mean, I thought we were gonna do it like Team North America versus Team Europe, but
Well, I mean, that's what I thought as well. But
that could be cool. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, leave your topics, pick twos. You leave those down below in the comments and your questions, so we can answer in next week's episode of Gaming at its Core. with that being said, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week on Gaming at its Core.
See you.
What?